government is extremely clear. We would fund religious individuals into proving liberal virtues in every aspect of religion. We think this already happens in status quo, where liberal individuals come out to try to prove that some acceptance needs to be done, or even religious public figures like the Pope are ever more liberal in terms of accepting contraceptions and finding new liberal meanings in terms of religion. We think we would sell it the same way we sell conservative religions. We would print books, we would have slogans, we would have communal activities, and we think churches are likely to accept this as their understanding of religion as well. The goal of side government is also simple. We want to create an inclusive interpretation of religion that is accessible to all individuals on the ground. There is a wide spectrum of understanding of religion, but we think in itself, each and every understanding of religion in status quo is exclusive, and is not accessible to a wide group of individuals regardless of how moderate it is. So I'm going to make three arguments in this debate. Firstly, why we think this policy is likely to be successful. Secondly, why it's likely and why it's so important for individuals that are excluded out of religion. And thirdly, how this affects the upbringing of children. Let's look at the first argument. Why do we think this policy will be successful? With a new interpretation that is liberal, we think large amounts of people and churches are likely to adopt this as their stance. I'm going to explain this on two levels. Why churches are likely to adopt this as their stance, and secondly, why on an individual basis people will buy into this. On churches, right? We think churches are ever changing and ever shifting their stances to adopt the increased faith on the ground. We have millennial churches that opt into trying to attract more and more millennials and more youths by using differing methods of attracting individuals, using more modern technology. The same way we think there are churches in liberal parts of society that legalize and support homosexual marriage. Because the end goal is not the similar principles within religion. The end goal is always to indoctrinate more individuals and allow more people within your faith and within religion. We think there is a market to sell this religion, and most individuals are on the opposite end of the spectrum. People don't buy into religion. A lot of you walk out of churches the point at which they talk about abortion. We think churches are likely to accept this because they can sell religion to its fullest extent. People will not oppose it. But secondly, we think there will be religious figures under our paradigm that will support our interpretation of religion. We think people are likely to follow religious figures the same way they do in communal activities and the same way they do in status quo. Second, why do we think people are likely to buy into this? We think there are many groups of religious individuals on the ground. There are ultra-conservative individuals that find meaning in reading and interpreting their understanding of religion. But we think a vast majority of individuals go to church and live it as a guide to provide them a meaningful life. That means you go to church, you understand the preachings that happen, and you fit your moralities within those preachings. People do things for self-preservation and to avoid themselves from going into hell. That's why people are coerced, even if they don't feel like it's morally right, they are coerced into opposing homosexuals, or even thinking like they should oppose homosexuals, because God sees all and God understands all. People fit their morals within the interpretations of religion for self-preservation, because they think that is the way that they can have a meaningful life. The point at which it doesn't have to be a lesser of two evils. We give individuals a choice. They both go to hell under both circumstances, under both situations. They are likely to find some meaning in life, and they are likely to do what's morally right. They can fit their own morality within a liberal interpretation of religion. They can omit from harming the gays. They can omit from children can omit from bullying in schools if they don't feel like it's morally right and they don't think that there's anything holding them back. A vast majority of individuals are likely to do this. But even if ultra-conservative individuals react in a negative manner, we think it's no different in status quo. There's a difference, obviously, to a certain extent, but we don't think it's comparatively harmful. We think ultra-conservative individuals can still go to conservative interpretations of religion. They will still exist under our paradigm. The only difference is that we make it more inclusive for more people on the ground. So secondly, why is it important for victims? We think exclusivity in religion forces people to harm and exclude other individuals by virtue of their race, by virtue of their belief, and by virtue of characteristics that they were born with. That means people have to victim blame under certain circumstances. People have to ignore hate crimes and believe that God is carrying out the right thing towards homosexuals because they deserved it by opting into that life choice. But secondly, we think that more than just reducing the harm towards victims like women, homosexuals, and transgenders, we think there's an internal fight that every religious individual who is a homosexual faces. So people like transgenders love the choices that they take and the liberal lifestyles that they live, but they always find sadness if they're religious for the fact that God will never accept their lifestyle. Homosexuals will have intimate relationships, but they will fear hell and fear the afterlife. They will fear and hate the fact that the church will never accept and grant them a marriage or recognize their marriage, and God is never accepting their lifestyle choices. We think at the end of the day, people might still live lives, but they will live sad lives with no access towards a meaningful level of happiness. But we also think people end up suppressing their sexuality to fit themselves towards the norms, to ensure that they can possibly find some level of salvation. If they try to be more straight, if they try to be less like a woman, if they were biologically born to be a male, it's particularly harmful when you don't give individuals that choice. Either they're happy religiously or they're happy with their own lifestyle choices. We would provide them that attempt. We wouldn't allow individuals to be victims of that fight with themselves. Thirdly, how does this affect the upbringing of children? We think at children are exposed to a wide view of religion. And we think parents will be fine with a diverse exposure and a liberal exposure of their children. Because to parents, most parents send their children to communal activities, and they accept the interpretations that happen within communal activities. So if children go to Sunday school or they go to Friday prayers and they accept differing opinions, they can make those decisions for themselves. And parents are less likely to clamp down on these things, because if the church says it and you learned it in Sunday school, it's probably right. You might be able to live your lifestyle. I'm more accepting of a differing lifestyle that a child can accept. But it's much better under our paradigm, with vast liberal support and vast liberal influence that exists in a lot of circumstances, like in their schools. We have liberal support and liberal influences. We think children are more likely to be liberal and accepting of other individuals on the ground. We think that the only influence and the only harm, the only structure that prevents children from being a big product in their beneficial manner is the conservative influence that churches will never stop. We need people to be included in religion. We don't need them to choose a lesser of two evils.
Now start on the opposition side of the debate. We're going to invite the opposition.
These books have been sacred for hundreds of years and protected by thousands of people. They hold a priceless value, and one that we think that government shouldn't try and undermine or shouldn't try and adulterate. But before that, a few rebuttals towards the PM's speech. So he talked about how the society will accept it, and how many people will accept these new Bibles, but we don't think that's right, because we don't think that's true, right? Because the thing is, with a lot of conservative people, is that they're extremely conservative, and their mindsets are so set that they are being indoctrinated by their religion. And so we see that if you just anger them by trying to change these holy books, and you will just inflame them. They will be even worse, and they will cling even tighter to their own conservative mindsets, because they have this idea that because the state is doing it, the state is trying to attack them by trying to adulterate what they believe to be holy books and what they believe to be sacred texts. So that's why we think that on their side, there'll be a lot of social unrest, because these conservatives definitely won't take this lying down, and because they've been so indoctrinated, Mr. Speaker, that they will definitely try and fight back, and they will increase discrimination against certain groups, and that's why we think that it's harmful to their side. But also, they already admitted that in status quo, there are already a lot of changes towards the more liberal side of viewing religion, and we think that because that is so, why can't you just leave it as status quo? Because people are already there are already books written and articles and works written by even homosexual people or transgender people on their views of religion and how religion integrates. But we see that the Bible itself does. We see that these texts aren't actually wrong, but because it's the way that people interpret them that is why it matters, right? So now moving on to my first substance on how different interpretations make the religion unique. So like religion in itself isn't condemning, right? We see that most religions promote like peaceful things and love and things like that. But we see that it's because of different people's interpretations, and you can't change these people's interpretations even if you try to launch like a new more liberal text, right? Because like these it's how people read a passage. Like we can safely say that like an ISIS bomber can find something very radical even in like a children's nursery rhyme, right? Because it's how these people's mindsets are shaped, and so that is how they will perceive things. And so we think that even on their side, they don't achieve their end goal, because in the end, these people will still remain the bigoted, and these people will still stay stagnant in their mindset before, I guess.
So if you agree that religion is liberalizing, doesn't that mean conservative mindsets are willing to change?
Okay, so we see that we still see that although the biggest part of these liberal people are normally the younger people, but it doesn't mean that a lot of conservatives are willing to take this line down. Like we see that even during even when the United States tried to pass gay marriage, we found a lot of opposition. So this is proof that there is still like quite a lot of conservative mindsets in today's society. But moving on, so now on the second level of analysis on how these interpretations work, right? These interpretations are funded on like choices the people make, and you can't force these people to change their choice on how they view certain things. You might be able to influence it, but ultimately you cannot change the choice that people make. And also these interpretations create like discourse within even like religious leaders and the people. So we think that this discourse is what enriches the religion, and it's what gives the religion its value. When you try and force people to have a more liberal mindset and to have only one interpretation, then we lose this discourse, which means that you lose the values that the religion has, and how and the essence of the religion, which is what makes it important. Also, so now it's principally wrong to try and change something that's been around so long. We think that because these holy books like the Bible, the Quran, they've endured like so many years and so many hundreds of years of not being adulterated, of staying clear to its essence. So we think that that's why if this thing has been secret for like hundreds of years, then why do you want to change it, right? So like we think that on their side, when they try and change it, when they try to adulterate it, is very harmful. Because like let's draw a parallel. So like this Bible, like let's take a look at the Bible. It has been here for thousands of years, and like for many years, and it's also been protected and regarded as sacred. So let's draw a parallel to like an ancient artifact, for example. So an ancient artifact in a museum, would you want to remake that artifact so that because it portrays like more conservative values? So that's why we think that we shouldn't try and adulterate the Bible, because it will lose its the essence in which it has been preserved for such a long time. But okay, so now a quick comparison on two sides, and let's take a look at our worst case scenario against their best case scenario. So their best case scenario is that people do get more liberal, but that there will still be unrest from the conservatives. Well, even in our worst case scenario, even if people stay because at least the value of these holy books haven't been tainted, and at least there's still the discourse which happens on our side among different interpretations from these people to interpret. And so we see that in the future, since this generation is already so much more liberal than the previous generation, we think that religion will evolve on its own, and we don't think that the government should try and play God in trying to remake the religion as a whole, and that is why I've never been founded to oppose.
We see similar opposition, all about the practices in the debate.
When society is held most accountable to a belief that currently shames the most vulnerable, it's necessary that we reintroduce to them in order to be more reflective of the world we're in today. It's time that we rewrote scripture in order for the most amount of individuals in society who are currently victims of your indoctrination as well, to be able to opt into a religion that they can relate with, to be able to opt into a system that does not hate them. We want to protect the individuals currently today that you exclude. So in my speech today, I'm going to ask a number of questions to deal with team opposition, also offensive integrity. The first question, will we anger the conservatives? Because the characterization coming from team opposition was that these are individuals who are victims of indoctrination. The religion that they grew up with made them the people that they are today. Well, indoctrination is the exact problem that we're trying to deal with. Because indoctrination is a result of the religion that was forced onto you when you were a child. Therefore, we can change the religion that's forced onto children today. We think that we're at least indoctrinating them with much more moderate values. So, in your world, people are still going to be indoctrinated, but the scripture that they're reading says homosexuals are evil and the Antichrist. In our world, at least much more liberal interpretations means that these are individuals who are exposed to much more progressive values. So they're indoctrinated to that, they grow up with it, that's great, because they're going to grow into better people. But here's why we think people should be able to adapt to a new religion. Because oftentimes the reason why we read the Bible is if you don't follow what the Bible says, you go to hell. If you don't follow what Jesus says, you go to hell. So we think that people often adapt their morals to religion, not the other way around. Therefore, if you introduce scripture, we don't think people are going to try to change scripture to fit them. We think if not following the scripture today means my child's going to go to hell tomorrow, I'm going to be more likely to try to even make this belief something that's much more routine in his life. If there's something that God himself believes, I don't want to be the guy that went against God. I don't want the individual that went against the all-good creator. But the second thing that they said was that conservatives become much more angry. Well, even if conservatives become much more angry, we think that these are conservatives who already use scripture at the moment to oppress the innocent. So these aren't individuals who currently think that homosexuals are nice. They aren't the individuals who think that women deserve to have more rights. They are the people who are most guilty of spreading their own conservative interpretations of the religion onto other people. So what's happening in society today is the interpretations currently that are ultra-conservative are being used by them to indoctrinate or influence more individuals. What we're doing from team government is we're going to counter the harmful interpretations by crowding it out with other alternatives that people can opt into now. Because in your world, children are still going to go to church. Children are still going to commune on religion. We'd rather them commune more about liberal interpretations that they now have more of an access to. We're able to crowd out the harmful interpretations that your rich conservative individuals are going to use anyways in your side. If they don't cooperate, that's fine. Because these are people who are probably so set in their beliefs that they won't vote for women anyways. We're going to focus on children now who are going to grow up to becoming more progressive individuals. But the second question, on is religion too sacred to manufacture? Before that, any words? Okay, so we think that religion is something that's sacred. Scripture is something that may have been written by Jesus himself. But it's a sacred belief that is harmful towards homosexuals and women. So regardless of what mystical value you might have as something that's sacred, we think that all mysticity should be thrown out the window. The point at which believing and preaching you means more people are going to get harmed. So we're fine with not being sacred. We'd rather be the individuals who protect more people by the end of the day. But modernization of religion hasn't been a result of following the rules routinely. Modernization of religion has been a result of more modern interpretations of religion coming into society. We think that the point at which we knew that stoning was wrong was when there was a more liberal interpretation that made us realize in order for us to be religious, we don't have to kill other people. And because of these different interpretations, religion has been able to move along to the point at which we may actually be able to accept homosexual marriages in some churches. If you only allow the most harmful of interpretations to stay the most legitimate of interpretations, we think that's the point at which you're going to have a religion that's stagnant in hurting more individuals. What we're doing is we're trying our best to speed up that process. Because the longer we wait for religion to change on its own, for organic change to come, we think there's more years and time we waste with homosexuals being discriminated by their parents, homosexuals discriminating themselves because they believe that they really are that evil. That's more time that we waste not being able to connect to the most amount of people that currently need us. But what about the essence of religion? We think that the essence of religion shouldn't be based off hate. People need to be exposed to something different for different exposure. So we expose them to more liberal values, and the exposure they also do is something much more different. And here's the benefit that Kishan gave to you, is that oftentimes religion is something that was forced onto a person. Oftentimes religion is something that a person needs to be able to function in life. And we don't know why, but that's just the way people are. So if a person thinks that religion is the only way he can feel comfortable about himself, in what world are we going to give him often access to that comfort when he knows he can opt into this religion without being discriminated? Because currently there are individuals in your world who cannot function without a core necessity of their life. That core necessity being Christianity or maybe even Islam. In your world, when they try to opt into this basic necessity that they think is so important, they get discriminated for it. They go home and they hate themselves for it. And we think that's why they actively oppress themselves for being something that they shouldn't be afraid or ashamed of. So maybe Jesus said that being gay is wrong. I don't care what Jesus says. I care about how this guy feels today. And if him being ashamed of himself, I'm not fine with that. For that, yes. I know it's fine.
So if in status quo there are already LGBT churches, then why use to offer a safe ground? So why is this interpretation still needed?
So because something happens, it's not wrong for us to want more of that thing to happen. So if LGBT churches are a result of people being more modern or being more progressive, then by increasing the openness and progressiveness of society, we think you'll have more LGBT churches, which is obviously a benefit on both sides. But finally, on discourse, which is also under religion being sacred. So it's true, you can have discourse about the Bible. But if you're going to have discourse about conservative value, we think that's when the discourse becomes polarized to a value that isn't that important. We want discourse to rather be about new legal interpretations of religion, because at least then you're having more discussion between parents and churches about values that could potentially help their children be a part of a society that's much more accepting of minorities and other individuals. If anything, we think if religious conservatives are forced to come out there and tell the people what think homosexuals are wrong, great. Now come out there and make a fool of yourself so we know that these are the individuals that you shouldn't be following. These are the individuals who are likely going to perpetuate hating people over and over again, regardless of what we try to do. We want people to be part of a world that's accepting and part of a world that includes others. If that world is a product of religion, then we need to change what constrains people today. We need to change the way people live their lives.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister. I invite the Deputy Leader of Opposition.
Side government thinks that once you come up and publish a liberal interpretation of the Bible, of Quran, of any religious text, that people will be completely fine with it, and there won't be any backlash, and things will be perfectly fine, and the LGBT community won't be oppressed anymore. But we see that there's a lot of problems when the government tries to impose it. The government funds companies to try to do research and try to tell people that to impose these liberal values and tell people that this is what right, and explicitly state to people what they should follow in their religion and what they should follow when they follow a religion. Because we see that religion is a very subjective matter, and you cannot just come up and say that, oh, this religious text interpreted this way, because a lot of people opt into religion on what they believe, what they feel is right, what they feel the value is, what they feel that the religion makes them feel. So we see that this can actually help. This is what it's supposed to be about. But even if they're forced to come into a religion where they're forced to come into a religion because of their background, because of their family, we see that it's still not right, and I'm going to tell you that in the rest of sentence later. So you cannot say that there's going to be when religious contexts oppose homosexuals, then these homosexuals will live a very sad life, and they will never accept the fact that they're a homosexual and they won't be able to live their life. We see that first, that is not true, and there's an assumption on their side, and we see that it depends on different people, and different people have different means of getting And we see that there's a lot of happy homosexuals out there in very liberal countries who live a very good life. But even if they don't, we see that you control your own happiness under your own means, and your choice to actually opt into a religion actually makes what you are. So if you choose to actually go into a religion, you have to deal with what you feel. You have to deal with what you have to deal with the consequences when you go into a religion and when you choose not to believe on what the religion feels. And then they come and say that, oh, the conservative, they don't want the conservative interpretation to spread, and they want people to be indoctrinated by people. But we see that in the first place, because the parents, or because because of the previous generations has already adopted this way of thinking, we see that the people won't even buy the scripture in the first place. The people would be even more angered into actually focusing on their sides, on the conservatives. But before that, influence.
Yes, if people opt into religion based on what it provides, won't we now have more people being able to opt into religion because they cater more towards a progressive belief?
No, we see that because religion is a very subjective matter, and the Bible allows a lot of interpretation, and people opt into religion for many different reasons. And we see that it honestly depends on one person's choice, whether they choose to believe in something or whether they choose not to believe something. So if a homosexual chooses to be happy and be Christian, we see that it's completely fine. And the homosexual chooses not to believe, chooses to actually go against that, then we see that is something that has to be fixed in society as a whole. But on to my first alternative, which is how we can't force society and how we can't set standards for people to actually tell people that, oh, you should be liberal, or us explicitly state to people that, oh, this is how you should be. Because we see that when the government or when organizations, when the government fund these organizations to tell people that, oh, this is how we think it is, this is how you should think it is, and if you don't think this way, you are wrong. We see that it's very harmful, because we see that governments just can't stare at liberal standards for people to choose what they feel. Because we see that in religion, in the Bible, in the Quran, there's a lot of things that they say the same thing, but people think what to believe and what to make of all these statements. We see that some people might choose to ignore it, or some people might choose to look at the better light of saying it, and some people, however, might interpret it in a more conservative way, like saying that, oh, LGBTs aren't accepted in society, or LGBTs are bad, and we see that it's completely fine. We're not encouraging them to think this way. However, we see that is their way of thinking, and we should hold that way of thinking. And we see that it is only harmful when they actually bring or act out these tangible harm to people. But we see that what's on their mind, that should be interpreted their way, and that's what it should be. And we see that that should be interpreted in their way. And we see that the only way for progression to happen, and the only way for things to be, is when you allow discourse of what's wrong and what's right, because of how subjective the Bible or the religious text is. The government can't just assert to people and forcefully tell people that this should be how you're thinking, and the other ways you're thinking is wrong. Just like books, right? Government authors publish books in a way, and and only what they know and what they feel would be on the book. But there's different people who interpret and like the book in different ways, or even dislike the book, and we see that it's completely fine for the person. Yes.
So why can't the discussion be then between differing interpretations of religion and which one is better?
No, the discussion, we see that there can be discussion between differing interpretations of religion. However, we see that the government should not come up and just tell people and possibly make that what you should believe and make that what you should not believe, and impose the liberal values onto these texts that have been there for so long. And we see that we should just maintain it in status quo because the world is progressing anyways. And second of all, on how the government should not dictate what people should feel, and how the government is when the government dictates what will it bring and what will the effects become for people, right? So fourth question, which is, will the people listen? Second, is it fair for the people? Third, will the conservatives get angry? And fourth, what will happen to society and the people as a whole? Because if they're coming up and saying they want progression, or the idea of progression by doing all this, we see that this is not true. Because why would someone who hold the belief or hold the notion of being conservative for so long and over their family choose to actually now become liberal, choose to now actually listen over years, because it has the notion of the family has been passed down for many years. And if we really want to change it, we see that we should change it in another way. Because first of all, how will it, and second of all, how it will affect the conservatives, right? Because we see that if you really want progression to happen, you cannot suddenly just change. The government cannot just suddenly come up and fund a new book, fund something and tell someone to just choose like that. You have to change the mindset of people over time. Let's take an example of women. For the longest time, women were oppressed. Women are oppressed. People believe that women belong in the kitchen. And as time went on, we see that this improved, and without the change, the text changing. But even if the women are still oppressed, we see that even if the women are still oppressed in many parts of the world right now, we see that this still won't change the problem before that influence.
As you go on behind this,
It's past that.
So, okay, but even if women are still oppressed, we see that this still won't change the problem now that you tell people that, oh, women should not be oppressed, or women tell people explicitly in the Bible that, oh, women should not be oppressed. Because we see that because these people have held the belief for so long, they will get even more angered and they will get even more fuel now that the government is telling them what to do and what to do and what the family should have thought, or what they have thought for the longest years, or what they have thought for their whole lives were wrong and were not justified. And right now, we see that we want to stick the status quo where people will get to interpret and people get to have to do this thought on what the Bible is about.
Sorry, we just got a lot of flags on that.
Every Sunday I go to church and I listen to my Sunday school teacher tell me different things. Maybe I don't agree with them, but obviously I have to agree with them. That is why I don't feel comfortable going to Sunday school. But because of my parents forcing me to go there, I have to go. So if we can provide a more comfortable environment for every individual to see religion in a way, to see God in a way that they appreciate, and in a way that the religion itself appreciates, that we should foster for it. I have two issues. The first, can a religion modernize, and when is the time to do so? Second, who makes religion more appealing to the majority, and whether that's justified if we follow our policy. So the first, can a religion modernize? What opposition wanted to bring to us was that religion will evolve eventually. Well, yeah, that's what side government is trying to achieve with this policy, right? Religion is evolving through different interpretations. But then it became kind of contradictory from side government, because then the previous speaker came and told us that people will now opt into religion because of what it is now. Therefore, denying that religion will evolve, because we should appreciate the sacred meaning of what the state of what the religion really means. So under your side, religion can't necessarily evolve. But let's assess the best case scenario anyways. The first question I will ask: can we change the current interpretations and whether it's justified to do so? We have two metrics in which we assess. These interpretations. We think the first thing we do, and the first thing that is justified to do, is that we recognize the opinions and the views of the church within these interpretations. So obviously we don't want to anger the church to an extent where this interpretation goes against them. So we consider their views on that interpretation, whether it necessarily follows the principle of that, or the principle of that religion, the principle of which that religion is trying to preach. So if we can ascertain that that is an interpretation the church agrees with, and it's an interpretation that a vast majority of people agree with, also, then we should do it, right? It's an interpretation that is agreed by a vast majority of people. The second thing we will say is that we provide a plethora of benefits for these individuals when there are different interpretations. So we think there is comfort in a vast majority of people opting into that religion, because of the current system that they are on the current interpretation or the current interpretations that the religion puts upon society now, there's a huge number of people that can't access the other glorious things about religion because of that one interpretation. We think that we need to break that void. We need to break the void that that there are homosexuals that want to access, there are homosexuals who want to access the other great things about religion, but they can't do so within this scenario. So if we can interpret religion in a way that appears to the majority, that appears to the vast majority of people, then we can access comfort, we can access more individuals opting into religion, and we think that's better for religion. We can obtain more individuals being interested and obligated to the religion as whole. Or what is the comparative we are willing to make their whole sacred argument? We think that we are willing to sacrifice some form of a sacred meaning for other interpretations that allow for a vast majority of people to be comfortable, to be happy, and to be happy with that religion as a whole. To be happy to go to church, to go to mosque every day of their life with that certain interpretation. Yeah. Because currently they can't do that because the stigma that the church puts onto them. So if we can make the change, if we can make the church agree with these interpretations, then we can make a lot of people go to church. Because we think that we can't live a life that was lived by people of hundreds of years ago. We think that we are modernized, people are modernized, and the feelings of people are modernized, and we need to adapt. And we think the church can still be the principles of the church can still exist as long as we abide the principles of the church and as well as the principles of the people. The second question under this issue: do we necessarily anger conservatives? Maybe there's a certain extent where there are ultra-conservative individuals who will be angered by this scenario. But we think that under our scenario it's more beneficial because we can achieve more conservative individuals opting into this interpretation. Because since there's more funding, that means there's more recognition for that religion, and for the interpretation that religion currently avoids. So we think that we are more able to appreciate the conservative ideas, the conservative interpretations under our side, and there is more of an ability for us to cater to a vast majority of people, to a vast majority of conservative individuals as well. We think that we are willing to trade some other conservative individuals as long as we can help a larger majority of individuals access religion, and that's what religion wants in the first place. So we think that the religion is simple. Yes, religion can modernize, and it is something that religion should do. Because if religion doesn't modernize, then more and more people will not opt to religion because of integrations that currently exist. More and more people will never be able to opt to religion for everything else that it provides for the individual's happiness because of their qualification. Before I move on to the second issue.
Why can't people modernize without religion modernizing?
Yeah, that's very difficult. It has to come together, right? Because if one comes, or if people modernize, then religion can't modernize with them. It has to come together. I think if religion modernizes with people and shares the same interpretations, then it's easier for everyone to stay together and be happy. Yeah. So, secondly, who makes religion the best thing for every individual? Who do we help, and who are the individuals that side opposition side? We have victims who wanted to access a religion for everything else that provided. The friends within the religion, the community that they feel happy with. These are victims that cannot access the religion, cannot feel happy for everything else that religion provides. And these are and side opposition is the side that chooses to neglect these individuals and neglect the happiness of these individuals. We also talk about children, on why these are individuals who are growing up and who need different perspectives of that religion, different interpretations of that religion. If we can provide interpretations of religion that is accepted by the church, that will be accepted by their parents as well, because the priest now says that okay, that interpretation is cool. We think that we provide a total of benefits and more exposure towards that child. And these are benefits that side opposition choose with that. But what's the main contention that side opposition had towards our interpretation? They said they wanted to dictate our interpretations. We aren't getting rid of interpretations. We're just putting more interpretations out there. So we can cater to more people. Doesn't mean that we don't cater to current people within status quo. So we think that we are the only side that caters for religion to evolve, caters for more people to opt into religion, and caters for more people to be happy to go to church and mosque every day.
invite the opportunity.
So government has to understand that these Bibles and these Qurans are things that's been here for thousands and thousands of years and have been stick to people's mindset for over decades and maybe even centuries stuck into their mindset. So first of all, they have never came up and explained to you what are the chances of them changing the mindset, right? Although they come up and say that, oh, now these people who are religious more likely follow the Bible, we see that that's usually not true. Instead, first of all, they can go against the government who has decided to change the Bible and decided to liberalize them, right? But second of all, not only that they will be angry at the government, they will not also follow the Bible. Because we see that so many people nowadays who are Christians or who are Muslims do not even follow the Bible, right? We see many people such as Christians not following sex before doing sex before marriage. Or you can see that people who are Muslims such as twins on YouTube, or even people such as Sam Smith, who is a gay and is Christian and even does practice the following of Christian. But before I move on to my 4 questions for today, there's a few rebuttals that I have towards side government as a whole. Firstly, when they say that, oh, why are you going to focus on the next generation, and we're going to focus on the next generation, and how are you going to bring that up for these liberal ideas? But first of all, remember who this new generation is brought up by even more, now the current generation, which currently do believe that maybe, let's say, gays do deserve in hell. See, the parents can be more influential towards them, right? Besides that, if you're trying to tell, and we came up with a POI, which is very fine, which is say that there are LGBT churches right now. We see that they agree that there are LGBT churches. So technically, they do agree that there is progression which is happening. There is the organic change which has been happening. No, hold on, please sit down. The progression is happening. Since there is LGBT churches, there are priests, there are popes who do accept this type of values, which in, let's say, 1,000 years ago, they weren't accepting. But besides that, right, how do you expect these editors to able to do a 1,000-year book, a sacred book, like a Quran or Bible, justice? How are you expecting them to really change the Bible or to really change this type of, to really change it into liberalism? And how are they really going to have people to accept or to follow this type of ideas, especially as been here for so long, right? And besides that, fourth of all, towards the weak speaker, when we came out and talked to you about how people how we can just have people modernizing, but not religion. And that would be, and the response to that would be one of my clashes, which would be my 4 clashes on how status quo is already fine. But before that, first speaker, second speaker.
Okay, why aren't your ultra-conservative individuals angry at your LGBT churches? Yeah.
Conservative people, okay, fine, let's say they are angry at the people of the LGBT churches, right? You see that this kind of conservative people will forever going to be angry. And although even in your side, when you're going to change the mindset, somehow change the mindset, it's never going to really happen because the mindset is stuck with them for so long, right? Now moving on to my 4 questions of today's debate. First of all, should liberal ideas be interpreted by text into the Bible? Second of all, what are the after effects of changing it? Third of all, what is religion? What role do they play in the individual? And fourth of all, how we see that status quo is really fun. So, firstly, should liberal ideas be interpreted? Right? You see that such a fact, such a text has been there for such a long period of time, just like an artifact. If this artifact has been here for over thousands of years, would you want to break it, or would you want to take it away and remake one? Then we would lose the value of it. But let's say it wouldn't lose the value, right? Let's say that the Bible will still be so sacred. But no, the thing that is not going to be feasible, the thing is that people are not going to listen to the new Bible because the idea has been really set in them for the whole time. And even if you have religious people who think that, oh, I must follow the new Bible, who would do this, we see that the idea of the probability of that is very, very low. And we see that that's not going to be good. We see that would this reinterpretation reduce the harm? said, no, it will worsen it. Besides the fact that people will not change the mindset, people will feel compelled to follow it. When you feel compelled to follow it, it's not necessarily a good thing. Yes, it might sound good. When you feel compelled to follow this type of good things, then firstly, would they really agree that the government's changing the Bible has been there for over thousands of years? And second of all, would they really want to do all these things which they have would they really change their previous routines to fit into a certain book? Now moving on to my second question. What are the after effects of changing it? Government decides to say that, oh, it can reduce harm, such as teaching kids not to bully and all that sweet stuff. But you see that people who are born up as Christians still bully, because although the verse in the Bible says that, oh, love thy neighbor or love everyone and protect everyone and stuff like that, you see that people still bully, people still kill. You see that's not right. Besides that, people will feel when the government does change, the people will feel attacked. They feel like, why after all this time, they voted to this certain book, or they voted to this certain religion, why are you now changing it, Mr. Speaker? Besides that, the mindset is still in people's minds, and it will still follow the mindset is older. I'm moving on to my third flash. Okay, fine, moving on, yes.
So should we never liberalize religion then?
No, the fact that okay, fine. Liberalization of religion is already happening by organic change. We do not need people to rewrite a scripture. We do not need people to rewrite the whole Quran or to rewrite the whole Bible for this kind of liberal values we inserted into it. We really told you there are LGBT churches. There are people who are Muslim who follow the religion properly, but they still are of a certain thing, of a certain sexuality. Besides that, what exactly is religion and what is the goal of it? Religion is so sacred and isn't something which someone can change all the time. And besides that, religion can be opted out of. If you do not want to accept the religion, get out of it. And besides that, when you say that, oh, religion, you must follow this, you must follow this, he said, if you do not want to follow it, you can opt out. And if you want to be in that religion, then follow the place. But he's telling you that this kind of places are already modernizing by the organic change is really happening. And top of all, what is happening in status quo, and is it really good enough for now? You see that, yes, besides the fact that LGBT churches, and there are really people who are Christians or Muslims, coming as gay or bi, or people who are practicing already before marriage, before sex marriages, we see that many people don't even follow these things. And we see that status quo is really fine because they obviously know that if you kill someone, it's obviously not good, and it's obviously not good to also discriminate against someone. Therefore, the quote having love thy neighbor. But then we see that it's about how people interpret the book as an individual themselves. But some people in a certain book can read the verse, love thy neighbor, but some people can just read, I love Adam and Eve is the proper way to go, and therefore never been harder to oppose.
With the opposition. With no opposition. I can invite the opposition reply.
People are already progressive, and therefore the people's interpretation of Bibles, people's interpretation of Qurans and religious texts are already progressive. And we see that once you come up and tell people that, oh, and try to alter and try to tell people that they try to change these religious texts into very liberal interpretations. We see that it hurts a lot of people because we see that yes, it may be progressive, that there's going to be people who already interpret it in that way. But we see that we have to acknowledge that there's also going to be people who do not agree to it, and there's also going to be people who conservatives who do not agree to it. So it boils down to which way we actually get. First of all, if it's right for the conservative to hold on to this mindset, and second of all, if we want these conservatives to progress, which way do we actually do it? Because what we're trying to do now is what they're trying to say is that we want conservatives to actually accept because of it, because less stigmatized. So we see that, first of all, we see that if we want that to happen, we see that we cannot just simply come out and tell people at a certain people what they should do and what these texts actually tell them to do, because they will obviously get held and angered and obviously have a shock towards it and act rather negatively towards it. However, if we actually do not do anything, and however society actually just progress as a whole, and people actually society just progress as a whole, and society just have modernized without the Bibles or without religious texts, without modernizing religious texts and without people asserting what to say or what not to say, we see that this will actually create a better place for these people, and this will create a better place and make these people less proud. Because what they're trying to say is that people cannot move on without, why? Because what they're trying to say is that some people, for example, LGBT, cannot move on now that they know that this religion tells them to be this certain way. And what we have to say is, why do we actually hold religion at such a high pedestal? Why do we want religion to actually take what we act? Because fundamentally, at the end of the day, whatever you say that the text, whatever you say, or whatever you think that the Bible or the religious text says, fundamentally up to you. And you see that it is the LGBT and you see that it's the people and the LGBT community or the people who are the oppressed choice to actually make up what's up of it. And we see that you don't have to modernize. Just because you want to modernize doesn't mean that you have to modernize religious texts, because my first speaker already told you how these things are stated and how these things should be open for interpretations, and how you shouldn't have a biased view on what you should do or what you should not do at the end of the day. Because what they're trying to say is they're trying to impose the liberal values, trying to say that, oh, you should act this a certain way. However, we on the other hand, we see that we should just leave it as it is, and because society is already progressing, people will actually see it as a different way, and we see that people will actually try to opt. People will see it as a different way, and people who are, for example, LGBT communities won't feel so outdated, even if they feel outdated. We see that because society is progressing, because society is progressing, because things are progressing, they won't feel so proud by it. And we see that when under their side, when they actually try to impose, we see that this cause contributes further harm and actually cause hinders progression for happening when these conservatives are angered by the government or angered by organizations trying to impose their values on other
The natural progression and liberalizing inside opposition wants to talk about, where religion continuously evolves through some level of organic change, also happens with a differing interpretation of religion. Through the evolution of religion, we have always interpreted scriptures differently. We have set moral standards for torture and what we conceive to be and what we understand to be wrong. We have already interpreted religion and we have limited horrible harms that is implemented to individuals in the past. We don't see why we can't do it now. So I'm going to ask 3 questions in this regard, please. Firstly, when should religions liberalize? Secondly, whether a religion that's more inclusive is beneficial. And third, how are people likely to react? Let's look at the first question. When should religions liberalize? They told us that religion should evolve when people modernize and people had a greater understanding. We agree, and we think that in status quo, people have already modernized, and people have already come to a moral understanding that a lot of religious practices and the way we treat individuals in religion are wrong. But it's extremely hard to change religious scriptures under your paradigm. When lobby power is extremely high with religious communities and religious structures. We think that modernizing religion happens under our paradigm, when a state initiative is more inclusive. They try to tell us that the state should never mandate have a biased view to an individual's life. We think the biased view already exists under your paradigm. Religion is a biased view, and some people can't opt out of religion. And the state tries to ensure as far as possible that individuals have that agency to be liberal or conservative or to live a life they please. But some people just can't do it. They are born in the conservative communities. They are born in communities where not being religious is not something that's accepted. Children are forced by their parents to go to communal activities and to be religious. We told you that the alternative is far better. We would create an understanding of religion that is more inclusive. people can't opt out of religion, at least they can enjoy it better. At least they can feel happy and comfortable about the actions that they carry out, and they can omit from harming other individuals. They can feel more comfortable with the choices that they make in their lives. So the state shouldn't make a bias view. When a bias view already exists and a biased way of life already exists, we need to balance that and allow people to find meaning within religion. Secondly, whether a religion that is more inclusive is beneficial. It's not just easy to say that people should be happy with their own decisions. Because apparently from side opposition, if you chose to be religious, you should be fine with the consequences of being religious. Because it's not one or the other for individuals. For that one teen that is sent to straight camps by his parents or is forced to hate himself through all the bullying that he gets in schools. Or for a homosexual couple that might feel happy to a point where it's demolished by the fact that the church will never recognize their love and recognize the possible marriages that they have. People should be able to reconcile this, but they can't because they place an intense importance on religion and intense importance on how religion plays into their lifestyles. As a result, we have a lot of gay teenagers committing suicide, a lot of people becoming depressed because they don't feel like it's a life that they are willing to live through, and they don't feel like that the religion and the afterlife and anything above that is something that they are fine with. Third, how people react. We told you that the average reasonable person wants happiness and religious salvation. And given that these two things are within religion, they will fit their morals within the religious standards that exist. That means even if they are not happy with hating the gays or hating individuals who are putting women at a lower standards, a lot of people have to do this because they want religious salvation and they want to find a meaningful life and they will follow the guidelines of religion. You would provide them that opt-out choice. So into a more liberal understanding of religion, the average reasonable person is likely to opt in. What about the ultra-conservatives? Because they try to tell us the ultra-conservatives will rebel the state, so become more radical. We think in past progressions, we had homosexual churches, so we had liberal interpretations of religion. These things might happen, but they die out in time with the great understanding and immorality that we all share. So sure, some parents might indoctrinate their children to hate the gays more, but it will be regulated by every other liberal Christian society that will oppose it.
the ability to evaluate valid yeah, just for all the focus on you belongs to the what should I do for everything? It's supposed to be that's the pass. Oh, results will be announced.